Well, we're back to the great big field of all kinds of brick debris. This is where I believe that the house site was at. So today we're going to run the MX Sport again. I am going to leave the big coil on because I'm still it's such a big area. I did come out here last weekend, but between the snow and my throbbing cold hands and let's just say it wasn't that awesome of a day. I did find 2 buttons, hold flat buttons, and a bunch of junk. So I still really don't know where I'm at on the site. So I'm just going to start right where I was last weekend. Hopefully mentally it's going to be a better day. So let's just see what we can find. My hands are already throbbing and snow's coming at 2 o'clock. It's about noon right now and I'll be leaving about 4. So today for me, this is considered a short hunt. So let's see what we can find. So I've been swinging for about 2 minutes. We walked about that far from my coffee mug. Don't let me forget that, by the way. Let's try this target right here. Our target's at 4.5 inches. Reading a 47, 52, all around in there. Sounds like a good one. And we can actually get our shovel in the ground. Look how awesome that is. 42, 50 now. Somewhere in here. It's got some green to it. I can't tell if it's a button or a coin. What do you all think? I think it's a button. If the shank's on there, it's on this side. It's hard to do anything with gloves, but there's no shank. So let me clean that up. We'll take a look at it. Here's our find. It is definitely a coin, but it is has a nice green coating all over it. So I'm gonna say it's maybe an Indian. I'll have to clean that up when I get to the house, see what I can do with it. Maybe we'll get an ID and maybe a date. All right, on to the next. That's a pretty good start. Now I just dug that hole right there and take a look over here. Just a few feet away is a brick. And look at this brick. You know, modern bricks today are a lot thicker than that. This size is about right. You can see it's just a little bit smaller. You know, if I can date this site pretty good on this house, that'll be you know, a good example of a brick from those times. That's an old brick, pretty cool. Still has its form. Next target's right there at 6.5 inches, but it's a one-way signal. Reading, that's 71, 75. And since we can somewhat dig today, we'll check it out. Big old piece of dirt. Wow, that's an 86, 82. I can't take my camera off the stand real easy. It's actually really hard, so I gotta leave you all up there. I'm getting a reading off the side, which is not ever good. Here's our iron target. It's not just a rusty nail, but it's something. Not sure what that is, so let's see if we're gonna still get the same reading. That sounded way too good to be iron, but that's what it was. Next one's at 6.5 inches. 20, 22. Oh, that's a big old piece. It's 14 to 18 now, somewhere in here. What do you think it is? A button or a spoon? I think it's a spoon. Oh, it's something else. Bullet of some sort. There he is. All right, on to the next. Decent target right there at 5 inches. 32, 40. A little higher this time. Somewhere over here. I just saw it fall. It's somewhat interesting. Take a look at it real quick together and then I'll clean it off. It's a ball. I don't know. Might have a little something on it there. Let me clean it off. This is what we have. It's really crudely made. You can see it's got a little thing on that side and there may have been one on that side that got broke off. I don't think it went on furniture or anything like that. I'm not really sure what that is. 18, 20, 10. All right, it's in this. I may drop it, but I'm well away from the hole. I don't know what that is. What do y'all think it is? Is that some special disc or is it just a spoon? It's a spoon or a fork. That's all it is. If you can see it back there, my coffee mug's back there. That's where we started. We've been all over this place. I'm like 50 yards and found that spoon from where I found that coin. The Civil War token and all that stuff is way out that way, probably another 60 yards from here. So it's just such a huge site. there's still things turning up, but in between each time that I dig, there's a lot of time in between till I actually dig a target that's actually a decent repetitive signal. It's right on the surface. I don't know what this is, but it's pretty cool looking. Let's take a look at it. Now, I always make the mistake of bending these things and trying to make them flat to see what they are, but you can see it's a decorative something. I'm going to clean that off with a toothbrush, and then we can look at it together real quick. All right, here is our find cleaned off. You can see a little bit of detail in there now. And I'll further clean this at the house, but it looks like just like a floral design in the middle there. Some stuff around. It's real thin metal, but it's definitely old and very unique. I like that. I like these kind of finds. They're pretty cool. Target there at 5 inches, 16, 20, 22. Something there. There it is. Looks like a spoon bowl. Got a little scallop on the end of it there. Decently old. Let's see if there's something else. It sounded like there was 2. Nope, nothing. All right, on to the next. Next target's right there at 3 inches. It's a high, scratchy tone. It's that. Kind of looks like a baby pacifier, but it's not. There it is. Big flat piece of metal with 2 holes on the ends. Imagine a chain or something went to it. Somebody probably knows what that is. Target's right there at 3.5 inches. 57, 60. Oh, it's right there. I see it. I think Sergeant Whitey Discoveries, guy with the whites, just found one of these. I called it an accordion reed, but it's some kind of reed for an instrument. You can see where the tuner part was hooked right there and went across, kind of like a mini or a bigger representation of what those harmonica reeds look like, but this is singular. I doubt it's for a saxophone, but it's something. I always heard they're for accordions. Now I was swinging my coil, and I always pick up these old pieces of crockery, and I took the next swing and I hit this right here. I'll just show you what it's giving me. I can see it laying right on top. 65, 69, 70, and it's right here, just laying there. Tell you the truth, it's another one of those tokens, I think. Look at it. It's got all those rings and text all around through there. And on this side, oh, I know it. That's exactly the one I had to give away. It's the one with the flag of our union. And then you flip it over and it says, man, what did it say? It said something about he that tries to take it down, shoot him on the spot. That's what's on that side. That's the one I had to give to the Historical Society. So yeah, there's another one. I can see the flag. Maybe you can too. So I'll get that cleaned up at the house the best I can. That one's not as in good a condition, but I bet you I can get it somewhat clean. I just can't get over how many of these things I've found lately. And it's just pretty amazing. 2 inches. 28, 26. Yep. Always in that frozen piece. It might be a bullet as well. Might even be that. It's another one of these things. Boy, that other one rang up high. I'm not going to clean this one because it's all frozen to it, but here's another one of those. If you all know what those are, let me know. 2.5 inches. 30, 65, 26, 50. That's an odd one. Let's see what it is. Might be an iron buckle. Could be anything. What's that? Big old piece of iron of some sort. Let me clean it up. Here's our find. It looks like maybe an edge protector of some sort. Maybe on a chest or furniture. It's iron, so I'm not sure if that would have been what it was, but that's what we have. Right there at 5 inches. 5 inches. I'm definitely 5 inches. Still reading a straight 70. There's something on the edge right there. So I guess that's it. It does have a green tint to it, so maybe it's copper. That's somewhat cool if that is what I think it is. It's an old pocket knife. That's an oldie. Look at that. Let me clean on that. Now here's our find. And you can see, I thought it was a pocket knife. You can see how big that side is, or how open it is. And then see how thin that one is. It doesn't have as much going on, but there is a little something going on up here. That's awfully, maybe the blade's tucked in there and it's all rusted away. But the outside doesn't have any markings on it, no designs. It's definitely got some copper to it. You can see the green. Man, that's an oldie. Pretty cool. 28, 24, 26. See if we got it out of the hole. Looks like we got 2 chances to get a button. Let's see what we got. Okay, here's item number 1. Let's just see if that was it. Yeah, that was the only thing. It's a piece of a spoon or something. This one's got a little decoration on it. Let me clean it. This one's a little bit more fancy. So it got some decoration around the edges. That's pretty cool. Target here, it says 9 inches. 57.70 again. I have seen more dishware down here, broken dishes and stuff like that. So I don't know where I'm at. Wow, there's a itty bitty little button. Little tiny little guy. Found a couple of these out here so far. I think this is smaller than the other ones. You can see the shank right there. Right there. I'll clean it up. Doesn't say anything like always, but still cool. You may be able to see these little ice pellets coming down. It's right there at 4.5 inches. Real low, but nice and responsive. Now 52 or 60. Oh, I think I see it. Saw something right here. Say maybe a piece of a spoon or something. It's the same make as the rest of these spoons and silverware type stuff. That's all it is. Right there at 4.5 inches. 24, 32. In the plug, it's reading 32. Yeah, it's something. Looks a little bigger than a spoon. Or maybe, yeah, it's one of them great big old spoons. It's been smashed, but it would have been huge. So, another spoon. All kinds of spoons. Right on top, 1.5 inches. 42. Now it's reading 45. Not that big of a difference. Right there. It's pretty stuck in there. I don't know, it could be a fence staple, it could be a buckle. Let me try to get that out of there. Well, it's not a fence staple or a buckle, it's this. Maybe a pair of scissors of some sort. This side's not as decorative, but there's like a little, you know, decoration on that piece right there, but it's what it's reminding me of. It's still pretty cool. It's thin and appears to be very old. So that's what we have. Got something there, 2.5, 47 and 50. Those are always fun numbers. It's over there. I see it. It was laying on top. It's right there, stuck in the top. Looks like a button. Hopefully everything's still stuck to it. Well, maybe it's not a button. Hold on, let's look at it. It might be a coin. There's the shank. See where the shank came off? So it's an old flat button. I'll clean that up and see if there's any writing on it later, but it looks like it's just another flat button with the face of it with nothing on there. So there's our first button, well, first big button of the day. 6.5. 24, 28. I have it. I saw a little piece of it there. Just enough to grab it. See if it's still in my hand. Yeah. There it is. Looks like another button. Looks like it has a weird dent in it. Looks like the shank got beat on it. You can read that one real well. Let me get it cleaned up. It's Imperial Standard. So another button. I checked the hole on this one. Played with it for like 10 minutes or so, and this is down in there. And it's a button, and it actually has something on it. Hooray. Cool little button. Still has a shank on it. Looks like a rose on the other side. Flip it over. A rose or a flower of some sort. Always awesome to get that. Cool little design. I'll definitely clean that one up with care. It's a 5 inches deep and 22, 16, 14. There. Snow's starting to pick back up again. Oh, it's the end of a spoon, so it'd be about right on VDI. There it is. We'll keep moving. Target there at 3 inches, 26, 28. What's this? Looks like a mangled up spoon. I don't know. Looks like a little something going on up there. Let me clean it. So here's our find. You can see there's some design going into where it started into the handle. I guess it's another spoon, but boy, it's been beat up by farming over the years. So, man, there's a lot of these out here today. We have a target there at 4 inches. I think this is going to be the last one of the day. It's rating us 70, 73. And there it is. Oh, it's actually kind of cool. It looks newer though. It is a pocket knife. So that's number 2 for the day, maybe. I don't know if that's a new one or old one. That looks a little new. Yeah, because they would have had pins right there and a nameplate there, but old pocket knife, maybe even a case, don't know. But that's what we're going to end the day on, is a pocket knife. Well, that's the end of our hunt. We had a pretty good day out here. Found all kinds of spoons and knives or pieces and all that stuff, a pocket knife, all kinds of stuff. No coins though. Maybe that first one will end up being a coin. I'll clean it off and try to see if I can get an identification on it and maybe even a date. But man, I was hoping for something big, like a large cent or something, but not yet. This site's not over with. We'll be back again once they plow it, let a little rain hit it, and won't have to fight all these little soybean stalks through here. So it makes it a little bit tough. We probably won't be back here next weekend. I got a gentleman I'm going to meet on Tuesday. He's going to take me to like 4 or 5 some are standing, some are falling down homes that he has on a bunch of farms that he owns. So that's going to have a big influx of lots of places to go metal detect on top of the permissions that I already have. So I just got to find time now to get to them. That's a bad situation, right? I know. But so I've been waiting for like an hour to get back to this coffee and take a drink of it. It's probably cold by now, but that's okay with me. So until next time, take care.